Good day, I'm meteorologist Ray Jefferson here at the Fleetweather Ocean Routing Center in New York. The time is currently 1700 GMT on August 25th, 2022, and this is the latest update for the Southern Indian Ocean. More directly, this will be an update for the area around the South African Capes, as this area will see some unsettled weather over the next several days. Beginning at 12Z today, we can see we had a strong gale system well to the south of South Africa. However, the area in between the system and South Africa, we can see some very strong gale force westerly winds, which are developing a region of rough to very rough and even some embedded high seas. However, these are well offshore, and we can also see along the extreme coast of South Africa an area of lesser seas up to only about 3 meters, providing an alternate route for any vessels that wish to avoid the rougher seas currently. As we begin to move forward in time here, we can see that as that system moves to the southeast and away from the Capes, that our conditions will begin to ease, and by the 26th at 12Z, we can see that we have generally benign conditions around the Capes at that time. However, it won't last very long, as we have another gale system moving again well south of the Capes. However, we will see some gale force winds and some rough seas off the coast, developing this swell surge that again leaves room along the South African coast for any vessels that wish to avoid these conditions. Um, so it's not total loss around the Capes over the next 2 days or so. Uh, as that system continues to move east, we can see that conditions again will become relatively benign. This repeat will last a little bit longer, lasting about 24 to 36 hours. And then we will see the development of our next swell surge. This will develop from a gale system well to the south in the southern gale and storm track that will move to the northeast into the South Indian Ocean, combined with the high pressure system moving in from the South Atlantic Ocean. Tightened pressure gradient in between these two systems will develop some strong southerly gale force winds that will also produce this large area of rough to very rough seas. Now, these seas will reach along the African Capes by the 30th at 0Z. We can see most of the higher conditions. We even have some high seas out here now. Will stay well to the south and southeast, and this swell surge in general will move to the northeast along with our original system as it moves northeast into the southern Indian Ocean. At the same time, on the 30th of 0Z, we'll have some low pressure troughing coming off of the western South African coast, which will produce an area of a tightened pressure gradient and enhanced easterly winds off of the western South African coast, where we'll also see an area of some rough seas develop. And as we move forward in time again to the 31st at 0Z, we can see this very broad area of very rough to even high seas in the Agulhas Basin and pushing up into the Mozambique Channel, south of Madagascar. However, the Capes looking relatively benign, so any vessels that are actually at the Capes at this time would be in a pretty good position. However, we do have our low pressure troughing that has now closed off into its own gale system, bringing some gale force winds and rough seas to the very western parts of the Capes along Cape of Good Hope and Cape Town per se. And as we move forward here to the first at 0Z, we can see that the system is expected to remain relatively stationary off of the South African coast and begin to deteriorate. And we can see by the first at 0Z, we have some relatively benign conditions again along the South African Capes. So this is just pretty standard weather patterns for what is the Southern Hemispheric winter. We're getting towards the transition season again, where we'll see some changes. But for now, nothing is out of the ordinary. We just have a constant flow of storms and gales along the South African Capes at this time of the year. That will conclude our latest update for the South Indian Ocean. Again, I've been meteorologist Ray Jefferson, reminding you to stay connected and safe.